What makes Armenia appealing as a location to operate in, to invest in for a company like Wyndham?
Wyndham Hotels Resorts is a hotel franchisor. We operate more than 9,200 hotels in 170 countries. We have a loyalty base of approximately 110 million loyalty members in our Wyndham Rewards program. And we are extremely happy and excited to be here in Armenia. Here in Armenia, we already have an operating hotel, which is the Ramada Hotel and Suites here in Yerevan, that we are now. And we are looking to develop a Wyndham Grand in the winter or mountain resort area of Trasgasdor. Again, we see Armenia as a land of hotel hospitality opportunities. I think that Armenia has remained a bit behind compared to the rest of the region when it comes to international hotel branding and development. And for that reason, we are here. We have been in the market, we have been exploring the market for almost 10 years now. We have some good plans about further development here in Armenia that I hope that next time that we are going to meet, I'm going to be able to share more about these plans.
Any plans you could share now?
Unfortunately, no. This is not, at this point, we cannot announce these plans. We are a stock-listed company in the New York Stock Exchange, so we are quite sensitive when it comes to these announcements.
What makes Wyndham's projects different from other brands that are present in Armenia? If I'm not mistaken, in Trasgasdor's hotel is going to be the first investment hotel here, right?
Correct. The Wyndham Grand in the Trasgasdor is going to be an investment hotel. To your point, we as Wyndham, as I mentioned before, we have 25 brands that they cater from the budget mid-scale sector or segment up to the luxury segment. So we have quite a vast portfolio of brands that we can cater for any hotel or residences development. When it comes to the differentiator, as I mentioned before, again, we are an international company. We have an international reach. We have quite a strong loyalty program that really supports our hotels with direct business coming from our loyalty members. At the same time, we are quite flexible when it comes to the brand implementation in certain countries. We like to take under serious consideration the plans, the thoughts, the ideas of our local investors. And personally, I think that this is what differentiates us from the rest. So we are trying to take a customized approach dependent in which country we are developing. So Armenia for us, as I mentioned before, it is a gem that needs to be explored. I think that today's investment forum here in Yerevan, it really shows and represents the dynamic of the hospitality sector here in Armenia. And for that reason, we are here. Despite the fact that we have been for many years, we are still here and we are still looking to further develop our brands.
What is it like working in Armenia? Are there any things that make it different from working in other countries?
Amalia, no. I think that, yes, certain countries, they have particularities, but I wouldn't say that we are experiencing here in Armenia a different kind of environment compared to other countries. As I mentioned before, I think that it is important to sit together with your clients, with your investors, understand any characteristics of the market, and then build together with them a product that it's going to have an international flavor, but still it's going to be sitting quite well in the local market.
How do you decide what hotel should be built in a certain country or a city? And how do you decide if it would be appropriate to build a new building or to use an existing one?
Again, we have quite a flexible approach on that front. At the end of the day, we don't necessarily pick the hotels, we pick the partners. So for us, it is extremely important to have a partner that understands the brand. We have a partner that is looking to engage with the brand from the planning stage till the opening of the property and obviously post-opening. So we are looking for valuable partnerships. It's not necessarily the locations, it's not necessarily the building that makes the difference for us. For us, it's about finding the right partners, that we share the same vision on how to develop a specific market.
Is having the right partner enough for such a business to succeed?
I think that in most of the cases it has proven enough. Yes, in most of the cases it has proven enough. Obviously, we are doing our due diligence when it comes to our partnerships. We need to make sure that we are talking about sound plans, sound investment plans. And as I mentioned before, at the end of the day, it goes down to the appetite of the two parties to work together in order to deliver the right product for the guests.
Does Wyndham ever cooperate with other companies and brands, like to try to attract tourists to countries where they operate, for example?
Definitely. One of our strongest benefits, for joining Wyndham Hotel and Resorts is the fact that you immediately have international sales and marketing reach. So we have established cooperations, established relationships with most of the international travel agencies, tour operators, distribution channels, OTAs, in order to ensure the best commercial result for our hotels. So by the time you connect with Wyndham, immediately you open a window to the world when it comes to the commercial side of the hotel operation.
Do you also try to cooperate with rival companies, hotels, and so on?
I have to admit that we haven't tried that yet, but we might do that in the future. Obviously, we have very good relationships with our competitors. We are operating in the same market, in the same markets. Personally, I don't see them as competitors because at the end of the day, we are all preaching the benefits of a hotel joining an international brand. So in most of the cases, we talk to the same clients, and at the end of the day, it is down to the client to take the decision with which international brand they are going to trust their baby. So not so far, not really any synergies between the international hotel brands, but as I mentioned, we operate in the same market, we come from the same place, so definitely we talk with each other, and we are, in many cases, we are supporting the development of certain countries, certain destinations. We are putting all together our efforts in order to promote certain destinations and countries in the international arena.
Can we try to name what features should a really successful hotel have to be really successful in a country like Armenia?
Planning.
Planning of what?
From day one, from the day that an investor decides to build a hotel and to enter into the hotel industry, into the hospitality industry, it is extremely vital to have the right partners. It is extremely vital from day one, from the planning stage, to create these partnerships in order for people with expertise to come and join the vision of the investor in order to create the best possible result. So from my point of view, planning, partnerships from day one. Before they start building, they need to coordinate with the right stakeholders in order to have a product delivered at the end of the day, which is gonna again cater for the international hospitality arena.
Yeah, that's one thing. Anything else?
I think this is the most important thing. I think that planning and having the right partners along the way. You know, we have seen hotels from 30 rooms up to 700 rooms. Obviously, they have certain particularities, certain characteristics that you need to cater for. But at the end of the day, if you start from day one to surround yourself with the experts, with the right people, then I am sure that at the end you're going to deliver the right product.
So the right people will help to make the right decisions about all the other things?
Exactly.
That's an interesting point.
Yes, I think we have to remember that the human factor still plays a very important role in the hospitality industry. The human factor. So, not only on the operational stage, which means when a hotel is operating, obviously the human factor, the service, plays a critical role on how your guests they are gonna value your hotel, how they are gonna review your hotel, how they are gonna value your hotel, and if they are gonna be coming back to your hotel. So I think that's why I focus on the human factor, because I think that if you have the right team, you can definitely deliver the right product. And it doesn't only apply in the hospitality industry.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely not. But I think that it plays quite a critical role. And what I have seen based on my experience is that sometimes the investors, they take the initial stages of development without necessarily including different voices during the decision process. And at some point, you know, they are already too late and they are stuck with a hotel investment that might not necessarily work. That's why I'm saying that planning from day one, bring the right people in, create the right hotel product, and go out there and conquer the world.
How do you understand that these are the right people? How do you choose them?
You need to meet with them, you need to understand their vision, you need to understand their capacity in order to deliver a certain product. We need a bit of luck sometimes, you know, I mean, with all the things that are happening around us, you know, the geopolitical tensions. At the end of the day, we need to remember that we are operating on a planet that has many different challenges at the moment. So, at the end of the day, meet with the people, engage with them, understand their vision, understand their plans, contribute to their plans, and you are set for success.
Anything else, anything important you would like to add?
For me, and I know that it sounds repetitive, the human factor. Even from the planning stage, investors tend not to consider the human capital that they will require post-opening of the property. It is extremely important in countries like Armenia that they are currently developing their hotel industry. It is extremely important to have the right people in order to staff the hotels. In order to have the right people, you need to give them training, you need to give them education, you need to share with them the vision of hospitality, the fact that hospitality is all open arms and that you need to cater for the guest. So, dear investors, don't forget about the human capital. The international brands, they are working very closely with universities, with vocational schools. They are working very close with governments in order to support the development of the local workforce in order to support a hotel operation. So, the human factor. We need to remember that it is an industry that as soon as we turn on the key of the hotel engine, the human factor plays a very important role. And we need to support and develop our teams not only once, but during the course of their career within the hospitality industry. And another thing is that, personally, I think that the pandemic, it has proven that how strong and how resilient the hospitality industry is, how strong the travel appetite is when it comes to the consumer side. After the pandemic, we have seen really the urge from the consumers to travel to the world, to travel to different places, to experience different cultures. I think that the hospitality industry can really prove or can be an element of the peacekeeping initiative for our world. You know, when you get to know each other, when you get to know the culture of the other, you tend to be more understanding about the other. So
that's also a very important message.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Amalia. It was a great opportunity for me, and looking forward to the next one.